Doshaguma is a really interesting monster design for a variety of reasons, but probably my favorite part of it is its crazy face. Despite having relatively long hair over its entire body, which correlates with an animal that lives in a warm/temperate environment, its face is completely bald. Not only that, but it has these super droopy lips, eyes that are pushed so far to the side that it can't look straight at you, a pair of massive tusks that can't close its mouth fully around, and these two giant bony bosses on top of its eyebrows. So, what does all this mean for Doshaguma? How can we correlate this to its lifestyle and behavior?
The first comparisons I sought to make with Doshaguma were the marabou stork, which is this guy, and the turkey vulture. I might be exposing my ornithology background here, but I do love to talk about birds, and I think these guys are interesting points of comparison. For a long time, it's been assumed that turkey vultures and marabou storks have bald faces to keep their heads clean while they're sticking their heads in carcasses.
Doshaguma is a hypercarnivore. It spends a lot of time eating dead tissue. And basically every carnivorous animal does some sort of scavenging. In the Windward Plains, food might not be very easy to come by, and so I imagine that Doshaguma would probably be eating a lot of rotting carcasses. So, could Doshaguma have a bald face to keep itself clean while it's eating meat?
No. No, because that's not why these birds have bald heads at all. That's a commonly purported myth, but as far as I'm aware, it's not based on any actual data. The only studies looking at why vultures and marabou storks have bald heads connects it to thermoregulation. So when these birds fly high, they retract their heads and necks into their bodies and cover them with feathers. And then when they land and go from really, really cold temperatures up high to really, really hot temperatures down low, they stick their head and neck out, which exposes more of that skin to the air and allows them to cool off. This might actually be the case for Doshaguma, as it rapidly transitions from being in the cool but temperate scarlet forest into the open desert, where cooling off might actually be a necessary function. But I don't think that's the reason.
What initially sent me down this route is the fact that the alpha Doshagumas have a way redder, brighter face and larger tusks than the other ones, which means that the coloration of the face probably serves a social function.
And that's why I think Doshaguma is probably very similar to this guy, the bald-faced Ukari. These guys are kind of just like tree Doshagumas, because they also have red hair all over their bodies and these giant bottom jaw fangs. They also have a variety of different colors in terms of their facial skin, and that correlates to their social standing.
For Doshaguma, social standing is really important, as these guys do not share. They're not really cooperative hunters. They kind of just get together when food is plentiful, and so having that bright red facial skin signals to other Doshaguma that you are a very well-nourished threat, and that trying to take food from you is probably a bad idea. If you're a Doshaguma of the opposite sex, it also probably increases your success with mating. Please let me know what else you'd like me to cover about this wonderful, wonderful animal, because I have so much more to talk about. And tell me what other monsters you'd like to see next.